Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Fallout Shelter Survival. How y'all doing? Hey, look up in the corner there. We are less than 600 caps away. I'm sorry, less than 700 caps away from 999. Well, okay, now it's even worse. We are less than 500 caps away from being maxed out. And it's going to get crazier even still when we open up all them lunchboxes we got there. But for now, we got some peeps out in Wasteland. They're going to do a quest. And we're going to go watch and see what happens. And it's a caps run, too. We are going to have 999,000 caps this episode. I can tell you right now. It's caps run. Recover the main stash of caps. Ba-da-ba. We shall do that because there is no mercy in this dojo. Fear does not exist in this dojo. Yeah, I have been watching Cobra Kai with its YouTube bread. I've been watching it, and let me tell you something. It is as cheesy as ever and is just as memorable as the original Karate Kid was. And if you've never seen Cobra Kai and you have the opportunity to do so, please, by all means, it is hilarious. I mean, it's just hilarious to see because of what it is. It basically, let me kind of give you the primer on what this is. So if you remember, now I'm not talking about the Jackie Chan, Jaden Smith debacle of Karate Kid that was set in a land that did not even do karate. It would have been kung fu, okay? Karate was Japanese, kung fu is Chinese, and you see where I'm going with that. Anyways, Karate Kid, tale of Daniel LaRusso learning how to wax on, wax off, and beat the bad guy Johnny Lawrence. Well, now we are 30 years later, and Johnny is pretty much how you expect him to have turned out. He is a pretty much not very poorly employed handyman in Encino, California, or whatever, in one of the the hills of California, and he's not doing so hot. He is he's divorced or at least estranged from his the mother of his child, who is a teenager who is just as bad as he is as far as getting into trouble, and he can't make anything work, and he just constantly he's stuck in the. I mean, there's Arrested Development all over the place with him. He drives an IROC, I think, with T-tops, or at least maybe it's a Pontiac Firebird T-top, from the '80s, definitely, and he takes the opportunity to reopen Cobra Kai, the dojo that he learned, karate in. And start to teach, kids how to, the way of the fist, karate, Cobra Kai karate. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, in the more luxurious part of the LA area, you've got Daniel LaRusso, who is now a luxury car magnate. He's like he sells Porsches and stuff, high priced cars. Oh, damn it, come on. Oh, geez. Ooh. Damn, can't get those. And he has a daughter and a son, and he basically the roles have reversed between the two of them. I don't want to go too much more. Just go. It's you can go watch all the episodes. The first season's on YouTube, Red. Go watch it. But it's funny because we talk about bullies and everything else this day and age, and I mean it's not funny to say that because of what's been happening. But can we do it? Can we do it? There we go. Yes. But the idea being that there was I think it was 3 years ago. There's a video out on YouTube. I think where they talk about how Daniel LaRusso was really the bully and bad guy in Karate Kid because he just didn't take no for an answer when his advances were rebuffed. He continually attacked Johnny and his friends with no probable cause to do so. He takes him out in the school dance or whatever, the Halloween dance. He unprovoked soaks Johnny in the stall, and that causes them to attack him. It's mostly self-defense. If you look at it that way. Now, granted, it's a very, very thin straw man argument that says that Daniel LaRusso is actually a bad guy. This is the 80s. This is how the 80s is. We know now, we know better nowadays. We should know better nowadays. But, the idea being that back then, Daniel would never be seen as the villain. He would never be seen as a bad guy. Oh, hey, I think we got all the caps. Look at that. You see that? We got all the caps. We got all the caps. We got all the caps. Oh, sweet cheese. 5,000 caps out of that, and that's way more than we need. Uh-oh. But, you could make the argument that Daniel was the aggressor and all that. He was outnumbered, though. He was outnumbered by all of Johnny and his friends. And here's the other thing. Daniel was not as well-versed in karate. He took some classes at the Y or whatever. He wasn't as well-versed in karate as Johnny and his friends were. And Johnny, studied a form of karate that said to strike first, that, no mercy, to not let your opponent get the better of you. There are no rules considering that. He, regardless of whether or not he has more training and has more lethal skills than Daniel does, the idea that Daniel attacked first or whatever else, and karate is only for defense. Johnny and them never use karate for defense. They use it to harm him. Now, again, you can go back and look at that video that I talked about, how he talks, he says, they de-escalate the situation on the beach and then leaves with his friends. But again, he should have never thrown, Daniel threw a punch at him, did all this, kept escalating it, but he still used karate to attack and knock him down and get him hurt, and then left. Once he saw that Daniel was no longer a threat to him or his friends, then he left. But he could have just said, look, I'm walking away right now. Boom. No, he continued to engage. And I think Daniel, once everything was done, Daniel would have said, all right, get the hell out of here. We're fine. Bye. But he didn't do that. He put him on the ground and then left. So you can not say that while Daniel did sort of provoke him a little bit, he did not hold the upper hand in any of that situation. Ooh. I think we had to have had it. Did I get it last week? I don't remember if I got the whole thing last time. Oh. Come on. There you go. We got to get you all fixed up. There you go. So, yeah, that whole situation, that video is flawed. I mean, I understand why they're doing it. It's fun to watch, but it is no sense any kind of argument to say that actually that Daniel was the aggressor. There's just no possible way you could see that. It would never hold up in a court of law, considering how much karate Johnny and his friends, had access to. So there you go. We did it. We got all of the bad guys out, and we got the caps, and that's going to put us right over the edge when we get back into this vault. We recover the main stash caps. Woohoo! Oh, there we go. We got a rusty Gauss rifle, a laser pistol, and a rusty fragment. Come on back. They got 29 minutes to come back. We got 34 caps. And look at that. Boom, right there. 999,000. We didn't even get those. They didn't even come in yet. This is what's going to suck, is they didn't even come in yet. And we will have had too many caps. So that kind of sucks in that sense. Wow. If the Raiders would show up, that would help us out a little bit. What do we got going on? 10. Okay, we had performed 10 perfect critical hits, and we got that. And we got a level. And here's the other things. The incidents. What was it? 19 incidents survive. I did that, so now we got level up 12 times in the Wasteland for a Mr. Handy of all things. Again, do not spend real life money on the game, because there's no point to doing that when you can keep getting these things like I am. And then kill 52 creatures in the Wasteland. I'm going to keep those two, even though that's for caps, and we don't really need caps now since we are over the threshold. I'm going to keep this because it's kill 52 creatures and level up 12 times. I can couple those together. And I always say, if you can double up on your quests and do so, because it's you don't have to get rid of one, because otherwise you have to use a Nuka-Cola Quantum to get back out of there. And what I actually mean is you have to use a Nuka-Cola Quantum in order to skip an objective that you already have skipped one. So there you go. What should we do? I think I'm going to wait for them to come back in, because I don't want to really get them hung up on stuff there. I mean, 27 minutes, that's not that long to wait. I'm not going to be able to record everything at one time. So we can hold off on that. I got some other stuff going on. He's building an Excited Institute rifle. He's very excited about it. But that rifle is pretty sweet. 15 to 18, I believe it is. And he's already built something. So we have some, we can sell this now. I'm actually going to scrap it. I'm going to scrap it because why not? So he can use that. Now, the only problem is we have no place for anything. We may have to build some storage. Hoy, look what we got going on here. We need some more peeps in this place, and I don't want to get the peeps just yet. But we are going to have somebody go out and run. Oh, boy. There's a rare attack. That'll help out. Drain some of the caps that we got. All right, let's get him up here. You need to get up here. Hello. Hi, how you doing? Get up there. And Mr. Handy, you can get up there too. Let's see here. Is there any other... No. Okay. Here's the other thing I need to look at while that's happening. We got 45, 43, and 50 as our... And I need to do level up 12 times. If I send any of those people out, that won't help us because there are only 7 or 8 left. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to send out somebody with a lower level and let them run for a while and have some fun. So they can level up and get up to 50 because that's what we want to do, and we want to get everybody up to 50. To 50. To 50. Alrighty, good job. Good job. Yep, you're all good now. They're all dead. We'll sell it for 10 cents or for 10 caps. Why not? There you go. Good job. Yeah, we're back up to 999,000 again because of all the caps I collected from all the dead raiders, which is pretty much all your caps that they tried to steal. Let's see here. Let's what do we got in the way of 26 and 19? We should definitely do this. And I think, how about everybody in this room? You could definitely stand to go out. You could too. You could 4 or 5. Well, yeah, all y'all could go. I don't want to send any of you out though, because as it is, there's 5 in here, and the 6th person is James, who's out in the wasteland. What about? You're 32. Who's got the best gun left over? Let's just do it that way. How about that? Let's see who's got the best gun going forward. Equipped. Boop. Victory rifle. You my friend. You've got the best gun going forward. And then tuned laser rifle. Well, let's look at it this way. Let's take it this route. Oh, you know what? Why do we even bother caring? We can't do it. It's not like it matters anymore. It's just for fun now. It's just for lulz to find them. And we won't. And we don't care. Because, oh my gosh, that we do care about. This we actually do care about. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh. Yeah, I got to remember that you all can still die. And it would be such a hardship if you did. Come on, get him. Kill him. Kill them all. Will you do it? Crap. Oh my. Okay. All right. We're fine. We're fine. I'm not gonna heal you up all the way. I will heal you up some of the way. Oh boy, we got to get out of here. All right. Let's do this. We got only 3 people down there. Cripes. Well, looks like we are sending somebody from here, I think. You're level 30. You've got a 12 to 14. You can go. Let's send you out with this. Actually, no. Yeah. Let's see here. What's the best thing to send her out with? I always forget this. I think the best thing to send her out is with this. That'll keep her pretty well covered. All right. We're going to send her out. She can get her 12. And then we're going to go. All right. You're good. All right. So she's going to be out in the wasteland doing her thing. Exploring. You are cut out for this. Don't worry about this, Emily. You're in fine shape. You're going to get your 12 levels. That'll get you up to 42. And then we will bring you back in. And everybody's going to come back in. Maybe we'll do another quest. I don't know for sure. We'll have to see. But we'll see you in a bit for that. Because we have to wait. Yeah. Alrighty. Yay. And I've only leveled up twice in the wasteland, though. That sucks. Come on, Emily. Gotta do better than that. Gotta do better than that, man. Oi. Oi. Oh, we gotta craft. I guess that's our next thing. We gotta craft weapons. Well, shit. That's for a lunchbox. Well, we'll see what happens. Alrighty, come on back in. Come on back in. Ooh, we got a nice big gun there. And we don't need that. We'll collect it and then we'll take care of stuff like that. Alright. Oh! Oh! And we've completed a recipe. And we got 10 critical hits. Hot diggity damn. We gotta equip 10 dwellers with an outfit as well. Well, we can get rid of that one too. What was the other one there? What was the other one we had to do? Oh, the 10 critical hits. That's where that was at. Yeah. Okay. And craft the weapons was from the things. Well, let's see if we can craft any more weapons. I don't think we're going to be able to. Not particularly that great. Oh well. Alright, we'll make this quick, because I have a feeling I should pay attention to whatever I get as far as any other objectives. Could be. I'm not going to send anybody out on a quest just yet. Alrighty. Alrighty, there you go. That's 5 of them. And you 5. Or you... whatever. Ooh, come on now. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let's go. 9 and 10. Alrighty. Takes care of that. Yay. Then what else we got going on there? Collect 850 water. We can do that whenever. Let's see. I think we should do another quest. We'll send another quest out there. Are we gonna get caught in the... Yep. No, we're not. All right. Let's continue on with the post-apocalypse. Might as well, because we got a new Coal Quantum on that one. Alrighty. Elder Lion, Star Paladin Cross, and James Smith. Head on out there and do it to it. Have fun. And we will see them in a while. Meanwhile, Emily's still out there exploring. She's still doing good. She's got all of her stuff. She's kicking ass and taking names, and she will continue to get all those levels. So we will see everybody back here in a while. How long is it going to take him? 7 hours. We'll continue on with that one in a bit. See you in a while, Crocodile. And we should be out there ready to go. Everything else is... Oh, I can get rid of this now since I did all those things. Destroy that, because that's just sucking up power that we don't have. Well, we have lots of power, actually. Our threshold is a little high, though, considering what's going on. But that'll, pan out a little bit. But let's get out in the wasteland there and take care of the crime scene investigation. Yeah! Bump, bump, bump. Sorry, I was doing my David Caruso. Search for clues about death. Crime scene investigation. Let's go do it. We were talking, let me see what this first room has to hold for us, and then we'll go on from there. Oh, monsters. So let's go ahead. We were talking about Cobra Kai, the sequel to Karate Kid on YouTube Red, and I had been through like half of the season when I recorded the first part, and went and binge watched the other half of the season after this. And my goodness, it is cheesy but good. It's not being a person who was raised on movies and writing and stuff like that, and all the tropes and everything else that can happen, cliches, and how you can end a story or what the twist could be. We've lived through the M. Night Shyamalan decade of the early 2000s. That kind of stuff. You sort of see how. Let's see, how are they going to flip the script on this? You got, they got the bad guy from the first movie. Now suddenly sort of like the good guy. And the good guy from the first movie, or all the movies, kind of like a dick, this guy that won't let things go and using his power to, abuse of his power to keep the other guy down who, it's now the roles are reversed. You've got, you had the beach confrontation where, and outside the apartments where, 6 guys attack, Daniel, and he has to be saved by Miyagi. And now you've got Daniel LaRusso, who is this rich, car dealer who's, using his connections and power to keep Johnny from getting, everything. Uh-oh.
Scrumptious meaty dwellers also on death's trail. Delicious. But are they hungry enough? As hungry as the hungry? I think not. Famine alone will gorge himself on death and enjoy those tasty horseman calories.
They're not as fattening as you think.
Let hunger consume you.
Wait a sec. Can we just talk about that?
I said let hunger consume you. I said good day.
Anyways, so yeah, it's like, the roles have reversed. And that's a writing thing. It's like, oh, we did that in the movie, so we're going to flip the script in the series and go this way. But there was a lot of different things that they did in the series. You had the downtrodden nerds become the Cobra Kai bullies. You had Miguel Diaz, and then you had this other dude who's now like scared shitless, Kyler or whatever his name is. He kind of like faded out, and they replaced him with Robbie, who was Johnny's kid. And I'm spoiling it for everybody. I hope you know that, but it's been out for a while now. So if you don't go watch it, whatever. I don't want to. I'm not going to give away the ending, but it's like you have all these characters, and now like you have these different storylines converging and overlapping, and you're like, oh, this is going to happen later on. You can tell, and it's like, yeah, but they don't treat it the way you think they would. Like, oh, there's a love triangle. Oh, wait, no, there's not. There's just misunderstandings, which is a hallmark of all like dramas, like telenovela stuff like that. So it does do a good job of not pandering to the original franchise, but in still upholding that franchise with some of its themes of balance and defense and bullies and all the other stuff. So it does do that very well. And they've already opened it up for a second season. Now, I didn't know how they were going to pull this off because you figure, going in, this is not a spoiler, but going in, the movie, the first and the third movie were about the tournament. So going in with Cobra Kai being a dojo that's back up and running, they're heading towards that tournament again, and it's the 50th anniversary of the tournament. And they just made this year the 50th. It could have been any year that this would have come out. It would have been the 50th year, but they made it, the 50th year anniversary. So it's kind of like a big thing. I know I'm vamping and not actually playing, but sorry. All right. Life flies to a carcass. Everyone comes to see what death leaves behind. The fourth horseman is elusive, but the pests will be the ones to find him. And when pestilence is the final horseman, we shall be unworthy no more. Blessed be the irradiated. But your entire philosophy makes no sense, and pest is a stupid name. Your lies can't be heard over the sound of how unworthy we are. You brung a knife to a gunfight, you dumb shit. So it really was good. I mean, I'm going to say it like that. It's really good. And they opened it up for a second season because they reintroduce another character. They even bring up Allie, the girl, Elizabeth Shue from the first one. She's not making an appearance, although Daniel's mom makes an appearance. That's kind of interesting. They do bring back a couple of other characters. Now, unfortunately, Pat Morita died in 2005, unfortunately. And he was, but they do talk about his death. But they say his death happened in 2011. But they do open it up to a sequel, but with some potential. And I don't understand because they bring in, it's funny, they bring in this former, last year's champ at the karate who's like, all bluster, no substance. He's, showy and he gets kicked. He gets his ass kicked, by the main character of Joey. Let me get that right. Lawrence's original student, Miguel Diaz, who he pretty much was mean and awful to him in the beginning of the show, but actually he kind of bonded with him a little bit. And you get a little bit of a background on how Johnny is not really a bully per sense, but he is the subject. He is the product of bullying at home. So there is that to be said. I want to get those. I want to get them. Gotta practice because it'll come back up again eventually. But he is the product of bullying at home by his stepfather, and you think that his life was all riches, and he says it in the movie, ex-degenerate. I've got 1 year to make this work. So we don't really know what he did in his past, but we know that he joined Cobra Kai at a young age, and that made him into a more disciplined person, and not as a loser as his stepfather had you believe he was, which was played by Ed Asner, oddly enough. Funny. The old man from Up. Think about that for a second. So, but yeah, that I mean, it was a great. I had a lot of reservations. There's been a lot of redos and reboots and remakes and stuff like that that have not done well. Heather's, talk about bullying. Heather's is a prime example of how not to do it. They kind of they really. Oh, well, who goes there? Other Vault Dwellers, nice to meet you. We're from Vault 144. We're trading partners with Vault 672. We hadn't heard from them in a week, so we came to investigate. And you can tell there's no. They were attacked with no survivors. Do you know who did it? Have you heard about the Heisman? We were told it was death cultists, though. We're looking for clues. We know death well. In fact, our overseer might be able to help you get in touch. So we have to go see them. That's what we do, and we've completed all this. We got some more Nuka-Cola Quantums. I think we're going to do one more quest after this and wrap it up with a nice little coda. Oh boy. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, it's like Heather's was supposedly this remake that was going to be a little bit more of like gender inclusive and all the other stuff, and all they ended up doing was making the bullies. How do I explain this without sounding too horrible? You remember Chappelle's show? Remember Chappelle, the Dave Chappelle show? It was hilarious, funny stuff, and he took it to that level of stereotype, making fun of the stereotype of racism, and it was hilarious. But by the time they got to the third season, which was like the pinnacle, he was riding high after the second season. I mean, you had Rick James. Ow! I just bumped my funny bone. Oh, did that hurt? I'm sorry. Ow! Ow! But you had the whole Rick James thing with Charlie Murphy, rest in peace, and you had all these great characters, and then the third season happened, and then Chappelle kind of went goofy and left all the money on the table and walked away. And he said one of the things is that the people on the set watching the scenes, the skits, were laughing, and he realized that they were laughing at the skits, not at what the skits were trying to accomplish. They were laughing at them, not with them. And so it became apparent that he was, creating this place for people to come and laugh, not because they were making fun of stereotypes, but because they were the stereotypes in their perceived stereotypes. So he's like, when the white people are laughing at you, making fun of the stereotypes of white people put upon you, and they're not laughing and they're not getting the idea that you're pointing out their folly, you're not helping yourself any. So he walked away. Heather's kind of did the same thing. They were doing this whole thing about the bullying and transgender people and LGBTQ and all that other stuff, and people, they weren't actually helping. They were making it worse because they were giving these people more ammunition, more fire to play with when they make fun of and bully these people. So I was like, oh, this is a bad idea altogether. So, but that's it for that. We're going to come back in and we're going to go back and do one more quest because I have a little bit of coda to add on to this about bullying, but we'll go there. So, yes, we want to go back. And, oh, yes, because we didn't, I didn't open up the quest log beforehand. Ugh, now we're stuck. We have to wait. Crap. Have a sip of coffee while I'm waiting. A third time? Okay, sure. All right, there we go. 2 Nuka-Cola Quantums, recipe fragments, and a laser rifle. Yeah. All right, they're on their way back. We're going to let them come back in because it's only an hour. How you doing out there, Emily? Doing good. I didn't send you with I should have sent you with an animal, and I didn't think about it. So it's going to take you a long time to get back. But that's okay. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. All right, they're going to come back in, and then we are going to do this last quest. Well, not the last quest, but another quest for the... Oh, I have it open so that I can't... yeah, this one. 2 of 6. We're going to do another one, and then we'll finish up next week with the last 3 of that, just for the shits and giggles. And then we need to start talking about some things. I need to get working on this grinding bit. All these peeps here need to get out there and get their game on because we need to have them up. Y'all not doing too good there. So, all right, we'll let them come back in, and probably Emily will be on her way back at that point because I'll have to have you know brought her in because she will be in trouble. I can't make another. Ooh, well, wait a second. I gotta make them, so might as well make them. Go for it. Why not? Good for you. Have fun. Wang Chung. We'll see you in a bit. Alrighty, they are back, and we've collected all the Wawa that we need to collect. And now we gotta collect 28 pieces of junk, which should be easy when Emily comes back in. But for now, you come on in. Hey, and we got 4 of those pieces of junk. And some other crap, including some recipe fragments. And we're gonna get you going back out on another quest here in one momento. Uno momento, por favor. Or we could do a weapons run. No. We're gonna do the. We're gonna continue on this because we only got 3 more to do. 3 more to do. Yeah. And well, my gosh, look at the rewards. Alrighty. That's gonna be what's 19 hours. Holy bazaals. Okay. All right. Well, that's not a problem. We'll just take some time out. Elder Lyons, James Smith, what? Why are you there? Oh, because you have the yeah, had to be level 40. I was like, why? No, I wasn't being mean. I wasn't being mean to him. I was just saying I didn't understand why he was available to us. All right, go out there and do it. We'll see you in a while. Oh boy, yes. And there's a raider attack. Oh boy. We're gonna get out there. It's gonna be a while. Oh, well, it doesn't matter because I can't. We are now beyond the point where we can care about getting finding the mysterious stranger because we have got 999,000 caps. So yeah, that happened. Boy. Yep. Oh my god. Oh my god. And it's gonna be 19 hours. Holy crap! Nullies. All right. Holy crap! You guys are kicking their asses. It's about time. Good job. You're waiting to get out. You guys are doing okay. Diane, you're fine. Francis, you're doing fine. This guy, no match for yous. You're gonna kick his ass here in a second. Up and that did it. You killed him right out. All right. Oh, hey. We'll collect it because we're gonna collect the junk. Gonna collect the junk. Star. What the hell? She's like, fuck. I don't care. I'm not going out there. What? You let the dog back. What? Oh, okay. Alrighty. Yeah, whatever. Whatever happened there, we don't know. You got 10 minutes to create that thing. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Let's get some more junk. While we're waiting, we got some good at weapons. We'll get through and we'll rotate the weapons around. Make sure everybody's got the best weapon. Like you got that rifle, and you are okay for now. You're okay for now. You're okay for now. You're okay for now. You gotta. Oh well. Nice. We're doing good. We're doing good. Oh yes, that's like gonna get rid of your weapon. Oops, I don't want to give you that weapon. I'll give you that weapon. And you're my friend. You're good. What about you guys? You got those good weapons? No, you don't got. Well, that's not bad. Smuggler's End. That's a good weapon. That's not a bad weapon. We're now to the point now where it's like anything less than 15 is crap. We are definitely getting up there on the weaponry, and we're gonna have to because we are going to be dealing with some bad shit coming down the pike as soon as we get everybody taken care of. So let's scrap all that, boom, and scrap that. I didn't. Well, yeah, no, I did. All right, yay! Get rid of some of this junk because we're not going to use any of it. We'll take this down to 10 for now. Take it down to 10. Oh, look at all this. Look at all this good stuff. We will be making, once we have the ability to make good stuff, really, really good stuff, we will be in a set. We'll be in good shape. We'll be in real good shape. I'm looking forward to that day immensely. So there you go. All right, we'll see them in a while. It's going to be a long while, and we'll bring Emily back in here real soon. She's got, let's see, she's got 6 more levels to go. Because why not? We could send somebody else out just as well. Do the exact same thing. And, Star, what the hell are you doing? You are... She got left behind. She got left behind. Oh, well. We'll see in a bit. They're out there. Let's go take them out. I thought I did the Horseman, but maybe I did Vault-Tec Experiment Review. I must have screwed that up. Oh, well. It's going to suck because I have a lot of things I want to say, and these things tend to make you work through their... You know, there's a lot of questions to answer. So, all right, we'll talk to the dwellers. And I'm going to talk to you. Now, I had one more thing I wanted to talk to you about in terms of the the whole idea of bullying and how it relates to Cobra Kai and stuff like that. And we've done all these before, so don't worry about it. When I was a kid, I grew up before the internet. I grew up before we had this online forum in which people could hide behind, a fictional shield of somewhat anonymity, even though we were online, and we're able to attack each other. And the thing you have to remember about bullies is a lot of times it's strength in numbers. Strength in numbers. In Cobra Kai, the reason why it was easy for Miguel to get his butt kicked in the locker room at the dance, much like how Daniel got his ass kicked outside the apartments after the Halloween dance and Karate Kid, is because he was outnumbered. Now, granted, Johnny Lawrence could have taken him out no matter what, but there's a sense of invulnerability when you are with your group, who parrot you and who amplify your bullying signal, and that's true about a lot of things. It's true about a lot of the safety in numbers idea is that long as there are other people there that can protect you, or something that can protect you, you can hide, and you have a chance to really you don't shy away from those types of confrontations. If it's just a one-on-one confrontation, usually you don't tend to get involved in that too much. Bullies are, they are kind of the exception to the rule, because they will if they are truly a bully. But even still, that the anonymity of hiding behind this digital shield of the internet and everything tends to make it worse. And it's a lot worse now because we can push that message out even further. When it's just you and the bully one-on-one, it tends to be right there and it's done. And then maybe there's subsequent events, but it's not. There's no strength to be gained by other people, joining that fray, that fracas, or whatever you want to call it. When you put something out on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, and you're bullying somebody, the cyberbullying, and they it gets seen by other people. They have the added effect of reaching a wider audience, and it makes the bullying. It's even worse than the one-on-one bullying, because here's the thing: when it was just one-on-one and maybe a couple of people standing around in a circle, it's contained. It's still a contained event. When it's online, it gets to have more views, more follows, and more people who are following that same idea that they are shielded by this internet invulnerability and anonymity, that they don't mind smiling, laughing, sharing that idea. They feel emboldened to do so because they are not doing it in person. They're not looking at that person right in the face. And a lot of our issues, I think, today come from not being able to look at excuse me, look at somebody in the face, read that body language, see how you're affecting them, see how your choices are playing into the narrative of this. It is definitely easier to continue that hate when you can't look at the person directly in the eyes and pull the trigger, on that. So, but the other thing, and so, we have this online forum that allows us to do all this stuff, which sucks. But the other thing about it is that we find these reasons for being bullies are bullies because other people, they they have a mean streak in them, or they just there's reasons why. There's usually a logical reason for why they act the way they act. It's not just they're just a bully. There's something else going on. And a lot of times today, and what the sad part is we live in this age now, and like I said, I grew up before the internet. I also grew up before a time when there was like widespread mass shootings at schools by other kids. I graduated in '93 from high school. Columbine was 6 years later, and that was probably one of the biggest and most well known. And we have the 24-hour cable media that can just boost that story out there and play it and all its horror because it's views. People want to watch it. And people want they might be reporting on something, but they're also getting traction because they are showing something that people will watch. That we become addicted to I call it spectator porn. We were like that. The Kaylee Anthony the cases and stuff like that. Everything. It started back when I was in high school and we had the Gulf War in Kuwait, when you could see all the firefights and everything. It was just everything was out. You didn't have to be there. You could just watch it. It's kind of like what they call fetishistic scopophilia. You get off on watching this happen, and I don't mean that in like a sexual way, but it amps your adrenaline, and you get this that pleasure center in your brain get something at once, whether it be good for you or not. But the idea being that we have this need to watch these things unfold on our screen, and then we become addicted, and we're not any better for it. We really aren't. I mean, you get the story, fine, boom, but we just don't stop there. We go into the background. We have studies and all the other stuff just played out in the media instead of in the science community where it should be, in the medical community where it should be. But Columbine was the first one that happened, and then it's been increasing ever since. And we're finding out now that a lot of the kids that are doing these horrendous and heinous acts are, they're tragic because of one reason or another. The most latest is the one in Santa Fe, Texas, the Texas the shooting. You find out that kid got turned down by a girl, and you might think, oh well, he's just just one of those kids that just didn't get his way and whatever else. He was a bully, and we have to understand something. And this goes out to guys and girls, boys and girls out there. There's no such thing as what they're calling an incel, this INCEL, this involuntary celibate person that commits these crimes, either in schools or in just the general public. Okay? You have to stop thinking that you are owed something by other people in this world. All right? Just because a girl says no to you doesn't mean that you should not take that for the answer and then continue, or to exact some kind of revenge on them because let's say this for a second. We have a doomsday weapon you can share. Here's the things you could get from doing these Vault-Tec reviews. You get either weapons, clothes, bottle caps, or junk. I don't need the caps. I don't need the other stuff. I'm going to take the weapon because that might help me out. So there you go. But yeah, I mean, the idea that being that you walked up to a girl or a guy, doesn't matter. Mostly it's boys walking up to girls, asking them out, and they say no, and then you continue to say, don't take no for an answer, and that happens. It's one of the messages in Cobra Kai is he says, you don't take no for an answer, you keep going back, you keep trying, and yeah, it worked for this kid. He did it in a nice way. They didn't portray it in a creepy way of just hounding and stalking the girl. No, he said, hey, how about we go out? No, I don't want to go out on a date. I just got out of a relationship. Okay, well, let's just go out and hang out. It doesn't have to be a date, and then it turns into a date, which is it was it was cheesy and portrayed in a wrong way to that lesson. Uh, but we know, like, movies like Revenge of the Nerds, and those these are not the good guys in a sense, because they're doing things they really shouldn't do. They are, you know they're breaking and entering and taking pictures, filming women without their clothes on, without their knowledge. These are things that our people are going to jail for today, and we're finding more and more out. I mean, like the whole Aaron Andrews thing. They are not the good guys. It's portrayed in a fun, campy. Oh, it's just college. It's just locker room talk, that kind of stuff. It's not, man. They were kind of like assholes if you think about it. There was a unwanted sexual advance in that movie. Oh, she's like, oh, I didn't realize all nerds were. And like, no, that should never have happened. Okay, and we grew up in a time where like, oh, well, it's just different. Everybody's so offended nowadays. No, we should have been offended by those things. We should have been, there should have been lines that we shouldn't have crossed back then, and we did because we didn't understand, because we were still, civil rights and tolerance and all that stuff was still very much in its infancy in the 80s, and those people that it was against should have spoke up, and probably did, and were labeled as being troublemakers or problematic or something like that, to the effect that they were seen as, oh, you're just being offended for the sake of being offended. You don't really have anything to be offended about. It's not really something to be offended about. But they should have been. They should have been. And we should have listened then, and we're now catching up to it. But the problem is that my generation grew up in that time where those things weren't considered offensive, and our children are growing up with us teaching those lessons, and now because it's just like the whole Common Core thing. We didn't grow up with Common Core, so we think it sucks. Kids are growing up with Common Core, and even though it's not spectacular, it actually offers some other ways of analytical and critical thinking, but we rail against it because it's not what we learned. So we rail against these ideas of what is offensive because that's not what we knew was offensive. We grew up in a time when we thought we were progressive, and we weren't really. But this whole idea of this involuntary celibacy and all the other stuff, and thinking that somebody owes you something, and then you should go out and be offended by the fact that they don't give it to you, and grab a gun or grab a keyboard and bully somebody else because of it. No, okay, no. That's not right, and there is no defense for something like that, and you're going to see a lot more of it, and it's going to get worse in the next couple of years. It's going to get worse this year because I don't want to make it political, but we live in a time where these types of behaviors are being put into the crosshairs and under the microscope now, and it's going to be looked upon with both sets of eyes and used as a divisive tactic in order to show one side against another, and then let the undecided choose who has the better argument and go with them when it comes to changing things around and making policy and stuff like that. The voters are we're being duped because we are seeing the worst of the worst on either side, and whichever side is not as bad, the lesser of two evils. Our own tactics are using against us of saying, oh, we're going to just pick somebody that's the lesser of two evils. Well, guess what? We're going to give you two worse evils, one slightly less than the other, and you're going to pick it because we have, through hook or by crook, shown that they are, bad. They are worse than the side that isn't so much. And a lot of it's fake. A lot of it's not real, because it hides behind the specter of the internet. So, that's the part of the problem, is that we have not yet figured out how to. Oh my gosh, there's more in there now. We have not yet figured out how to guard against being duped by these groups. So yeah, we got some lots of good stuff out there. We finished off the quest, and I think I think I'm spiraling out and finishing off my topic here. The one thing I do want to say about this, just before I get out of here, because I will get lost into another rabbit hole, is that I grew up. Again, I grew up without the internet. I grew up in a time where things were not as accepted as they are today. Um, I grew up being bullied. I grew up being bullied by people because I was fat. I was, I greasy hair, acne, and braces and glasses, and all the stereotypical reasons to bully a person who's a nerd and whatever else. And I couldn't fight back. I never threw a punch in my life. I used my brain to and my sense of humor to disarm, in a sense. But I never once felt that it was so overwhelmingly bad out there that I had to grab anything I could and become a bully. I never had that thought in my head. So to say that, we should have been nice to that kid. We turned him into a bully. No. The kid, there's something else wrong already. I'm sorry. There's something was all these people that do this, there's something already there that was wrong. It was just adding fuel to the fire. And it's not a kid's job to know psychologically how to identify and best treat something. We found out that the Parkland shooting, that kid, that people try to turn the other side, the survivors, into the bullies by saying they bullied that kid. No, they didn't. He was relentlessly, going at them. You weren't there. They're telling you their story, and you're trying to make up another story. No, the kid had something wrong with him. Okay, one way or the other, there's something that was misidentified or not identified or not taking extra steps to prevent, and that's the problem. Should have gotten help a long time ago, not because they should have been nice to the bully. That doesn't work. And I didn't have those thoughts, and I didn't have those feelings, and I'm sure that I could have been just like that as well. I could have been like that if there was something else wrong in me. I had access to my father was a hunter. We had guns all over the place. They were responsible about them. Didn't keep them where I could get to them. I did actually find one time, and it almost caused an incident. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a toy because it looked like a shiny little toy, and I said, "Oh, what are you doing? Well, look what I found." And then that was it. It was over. But other kids are not that lucky. The idea, though, is that there are people out there that have been through far worse bullying, whether they're a person of color or of a LGBTQ. That's their life, and they don't tend to grab a gun and go into a school and shoot people up. So let's not start putting this whole bully into the person who's left out and picked last and kicked ball as being the one who's going to go and do it. It's not always that. Be better than that. Sorry, I went off into another tangent, and I apologize, but that's it. I am done with the quest. I'm done with my talking, and we did all that, and we're coming on back. Yay! Hoo-hoo! Maybe that's why I did that. Maybe that's why I did the Vault-Tec experiment review, because I was gonna get the cool loot. Yeah, perhaps that is why. Oh, we got some things going on here. We'll take care of that later. We gotta wait till we have an opening for that. Hey, you, my friend. We need to get you in. Oh boy. Well, I can't collect everything you have, huh? Oh, isn't that special? Huh? Crap. Well, how about that? Shit. I gotta go get rid of something. All right, we gotta wrap this up, man. I'm getting out of control. It's gonna be a long one, but that's how you like it, right? I'm horrible. Oi, my Mr. Handy's gonna die. Yep. Let's get this. Okay. We need to. What do we got left in the bag here? Oh, we got lots of stuff. Alrighty, hold on. Okay. Bring her in. Come on in. Come on in. All right, we'll let you run on your own course because I got things going on here. All right, let's. So as it is now, I still have to level up 6 or 12 times the wasteland. I have somebody ready to go. I'm just waiting for her to get back in, and we can switch them out. I still collect 2 more pieces of junk, and we can still craft weapons. We'll keep doing that offline, and then we'll be back next time to do some more quests, um, or do something else. I don't know. But we'll see you then. So, hey, everybody, thank you for watching. I appreciate you hanging out with me and indulging me with all that. But we will catch you on the flip side next time. And you have a good one out there, all right? We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.